Niosi to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance this morning.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the February 23rd, 2017 meeting of the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. My name is Bob Archer. I currently serve as chair of the commission and represent District 3, alongside Commissioner Shelley Bueller, who represents District 1, and Commissioner Kevin Cook, who represents District 2. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And welcome. First, please.
Item 1, proclamations, presentations. Presentation of certificates from the Kansas Association of Counties to Cindy Harper and Cheryl Wickersham for 32 years of service to Shawnee County, and to Robert Robbins for 40 years of service to Shawnee County.
Wow. First is Cheryl Wickersham. Good morning. And Betty, did you want to say?
Well,
a few words.
What a pleasure it is to have Cheryl in my department, and that she started out in the treasurer's office, is that right? Motor vehicle, and has been auto finance for quite some time. But anyway, well-deserved recognition for her today.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Next up is Mr. Robbins, solid waste for 40 years. Tom Flock, come up.
Commissioner Tom Block with Public Works and Solid Waste. Bob, if you would stand up, this is Bob Robbins, or Robert Robbins, or we call him Robbins. So he's known in the department, but yeah, he's a short-term. He's those ones that just job hops from from job to job, apparently. But no, he's been driving since the centennial, or the bicentennial of the United States. So he's been here quite a long time, does a wonderful job, always got a positive attitude. And I think you have to have that if you're going to last 40 years in one place. But Bob has been tremendous for us, and it is greatly appreciated. So this is Bob Robbins.
Make sure Eric gets you on TV tonight. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Thank you very much for your
We work for Shawnee.
Oh, thank you. And last but not least, Cindy Harper is celebrating 32 years. She began her employment when she was at 13 and a half, 14 years old. And I know the county wants to say a few words about Cindy.
Well, I can't tell you about Cindy. Well, I promised her I wouldn't. Cindy has, she's been my administrative assistant since 1997 when I came into office.
Wow.
She was for Pat McDonald before that, and I think she was hired by when he came, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? And this last year, she, after the retirement of Anna Martin, she took on more tasks, and that makes me very proud and very happy to have her as part of my staff, and she will be here long after I'm gone.
Again, thank you for your service. It's appreciated, and one of the reasons that I like was the people that served. Next item.
Item B, consent agenda.
Is there questions about the consent agenda? There are 9 items this morning.
I have none. Move approval.
I'll second.
Motion made to approve the consent agenda by Commissioner Miller, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business. A County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Mr. Chairman, we have vouchers that total $909,821.85. The highlight out of those vouchers are the payroll payments to the holding of the state of Kansas, health insurance payments, and then Barton West for infrastructure projects. I don't have any questions regarding the vouchers and would move for their approval.
I'll second.
Motion made to approve the vouchers by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. Opposed, so motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move to approve the correction orders.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer to approve, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye, opposed no. That motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B, Administrative Services. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract 66-2017 with the Howard E. Nyhart Company, Inc. to provide GASB 45, other post-employment benefits, actuarial services for the 2016 audit.
Good morning, Betty Griner, Director of Administrative Services. Every other year, we are required by GASB 45, which is Government Accounting Standards Board, to receive an actuarial valuation for our other post-employment benefits. Now, as you know, we allow anyone that retires from the county to remain on our health insurance and dental insurance plan until they reach 65 and are eligible for Medicare. And but they do pay 120% of our costs for that. So what this valuation is doing is looking at future costs that the county will have and coming up with valuation for that, and then that liability is in our audited financial statements. So this is, as I said, is something we do every 2 years. Since it's under $10,000 limit, I received 3 bids on this, and the lowest bid was for Nyhart at $6,000, and then the other bids were at $6,500 and $8,500. So I am asking for your approval to contract with Nyhart Company for this valuation.
Any questions or comments about the actuarial service? Yes, Commissioner Cook.
I have, regarding the bid, I think that it's fine, a move to approve, but why did it pay 120% of 100%?
Well, there's administrative costs, obviously, for that. And I think, well, we are allowed to charge them up to, I believe it's 125%. Well, it's been approved that they pay us 120%. Yeah. There's definitely administrative costs involved in administering a plan. Also, you know, their claims are generally higher than the average employees would be because of the age.
Okay. I just want to ensure that we clarify that for any that might have a question of why somebody's being charged more than 100%. So, thank you.
Yes, mostly for administrative costs.
But all things considered, this is a tremendous benefit for our employees.
Yes.
Our premiums are low. I think this is a benefit that's not universal in the employment market by any means. So, yeah,
Right.
thanks for bringing that up.
A second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook.
Motion approved by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Betty. Next item.
Item sequence 1, consider approval of request for an emergency purchase for replacement and installation of a traffic pole and appurtenances from J. Warren Company at Southeast 29th and the West Edge Road due to a traffic accident at a cost of $11,651, funding from the Special Highway Fund, and reimbursement from the Diverse Insurance Company.
Commissioners, Block of Public Works and Solid Waste, as mentioned in the memo, there was an accident last, I believe Thursday night at this intersection. Upon notification of that accident, our crews went out and set up for traffic control, and then the next day contacted J. Warren Company, who is a firm that is used quite a bit around this town. It's a P company that does traffic signal work. They gave us an estimate to replace the signal and pole. The nature of the work, we determined we felt it was an emergency basis, so we authorized them to go ahead and proceed with the work, which they were completed yesterday. So that signal's back up and operational. So the request is just to get official approval to pay J. Warren for the amount for the work they've already completed. So I'd be happy to try to answer that.
And this will be reimbursed from what I know?
Yes, we made a claim to their insurance company. Just so you know, in the past when we've had claims like this, we all know how insurance companies work, and they always try to not pay you the full amount. So I can't guarantee you we will get everything reimbursed because the signal is, you know, it's not a brand new signal that was damaged, but we will submit a claim for the full amount, and then hopefully get reimbursed the full amount. But I can't guarantee that's what will end up.
Okay.
And typically, in the past, we've always worked through our counselor's office when we're negotiating with the insurance company settlement of this nature.
Okay, very good. Question?
I don't have any questions. I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Bueller. Second, Commissioner All in favor say aye. So motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Tom. Next item, please.
Item D, Information Technology. Number 1, consideration and execution of contract 67-2017 with Eagle Software, Inc. for elements of Level 1 support for Commvault software and hardware support of a Spectral T25 tape drive system at a total cost of $11,199.66 with funding for the 17 Information Technology budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Pat O'Blender with the Information Technology Department. This is the annual renewal for our software and hardware combination that we use to back up to tape much of the critical information that's stored on servers that support County business. And I would ask we knew that that's a critical part of our infrastructure. If you have any questions, I have answers.
Move approval of the contract. I have no questions.
Second.
I do have how does this fit in with our virtualization project, Pat?
It fits in as a backup to the virtualization platform.
Okay.
We have our virtualization platform. We have sufficient equipment, and it's geographically distributed to provide redundant resiliency. In the event of a failure of a particular piece of equipment, there's always something there to back it up. A further level of support or backup for that, we copy a lot of the data off of those virtual servers and transfer it to tape. It gives the ability to store those tapes for long periods of time so that if something would happen to absolutely everything, we go back to those tapes and recover that information. So that's the reason for having those, just another fail-safe.
Very good, thank you. Motion made to approve by Commissioner Bueller, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B, consider authorization and execution of contract C68-2017 with Lean Kit, Inc. for a 1-year subscription to a workflow management service for 10 employees, use of team-level service at a cost of $1,800 from the Information Technology budget.
Commissioners, on this item is a online or hosted software service that the Information Technology Department uses in managing workflow and projects. It's a visual tool that we use to create cards, so to speak, that represent each element of a project or process we're working on. And then it moves through in a visual fashion throughout the process of completing a project. That's very helpful in keeping things organized, on track, and on schedule. If you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer those.
I'll move to approve the contract.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item D3, consider approval of a request for out-of-state travel for 2 employees to attend the Tyler Connect 2017 conference at a cost not to exceed $5,000 from the Information Technology budget.
Commissioners, on this item, this is a conference that we usually send a member to. It used to be put on by New World. That's the software that we currently have in place in the Sheriff's Office. It's also used in the CECC, the Department of Corrections, and their records management, and just the basic functioning of the several different departments that use that software. New World has recently purchased Tyler Technologies. It just so happens that Tyler also has some other products that we also use. So what's happened here is that Tyler is putting on a conference which includes New World and Orion and Time. All 3 products are used here in Shawnee County, so getting 3 for 1 on this. Now, I don't think it's going to be possible for our employees to attend all sessions on those tracks. They will try to take in as much as they can, with focus being on New World still, because that's the main reason for going. But if they have time available and the schedules permit, I'd also like to attend sessions on Exact Time and the Orion system. So we're really hopeful that we'll get a lot of value out of that trip. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
I'll move to approve and note that report, as our normal
Yeah.
practice, we'll expect it when return.
We will have those for you when they return.
Okay, motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer to approve, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. Opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item D4, consider authorization and execution of contract C69-2017 with AT&T additional 2 years of T1 circuit services from the Shawnee County Courthouse to the Expo Center at a cost of $310 per month, and between the North Annex and the Hazardous Waste Facility at a cost of $460 per month, funded by the departments utilizing the circuits.
Commissioners, these 2 circuits are connections between the central network for the county and these 2 locations. They carry data for both data transfers and for voice communications. So our funds and our data are both running over those 2 circuits. At some point in the future, we hope to have better technology to complete these connections, but we're relatively confident that it'll be at least a year and a half, if not 2 years, before we'll be in a situation to be able to transfer over. These are relatively slow-speed circuits by today's standards, but it just takes time to get replacements into place. That's why we're asking for the 2-year extension on these contracts. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those.
Comments on this side?
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook and seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye, opposed no. That motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Next item, please.
Item E, facilities maintenance. Number 1, consider authorization and execution contract C70-2017 with Mohan Construction for a reconstruction of the northwest parking lot at the courthouse, cost of $438,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Kroll, Facilities Maintenance Director. This item is concerning the badly deteriorated northwest parking lot and all the things that associate with which, as Slims and Associates has started digging into this, or our architect on the exterior project, the Emergency Operations Center is greatly affected by this project. So there's a lot of design work and a lot of work involved, just generally speaking. Hope to get it started and get that exterior up to snuff again. I'll be happy to answer any questions. And Greg Sims from Slims is here, and Steve Mohan Construction, who is a little bit, can help me if I need.
Yeah, this is an example of one of the biggest challenges that we're going to face in the future infrastructure within Shawnee County Parks and Rec and in the courthouse. North Annex, we certainly have.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Any questions or comments, Commissioner?
It's badly, it needs it repaired
Yes, definitely.
for approval.
I'll second, but note the source of funding.
Deferred capital maintenance.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Thank you.
Note that.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye, opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item E2, consider authorization and execution of contract C71-2070 with Green Touch Lawn and Tree for mowing, fertilizing, and weed control at the courthouse, $80 per mowing and $105 for each fertilization and weed control application. Health Department at 2600 East Circle Drive, $177 per mowing and $243 for each fertilization and weed control application. And 2115 Southwest 10th, $60 per mowing and $42 for each fertilization and weed control application to be funded from facilities maintenance for the courthouse and the health department operating budgets.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Kroll, Facilities Maintenance Director. This item came about when Parks and Rec, when I first started with the county 2 years ago, they were taking care of the grounds here at the courthouse and some other location. Since that time, they're no longer doing that, so we went out to RFP to get some pricing to cover courthouse. We included the health agency in that, visited with Allison about it. She's fine with these numbers. We also included elections, but Andrew Howell declined to move forward with this. But it takes several rounds. As far as fertilization and weed control, that would not be everyone naturally. We'd have 2 or 3 applications for the whole year to try to take care of the things. Be happy to answer questions.
How many responses for the public? How many responses did we get to the RFP?
I believe it was 5.
Okay.
With Green Touch and Sarek being the 2 closest. Schindel, who did some work for us, kind of messed up on their bid and put an annual cost down in the monthly or in the per mowing cost. So it was a bit accident on their part, but they would have not been the lowest.
Okay. Very good. Questions? Very yes.
Question. Bill, it says mowing for the courthouse, but as far as we have some landscaping, is that included as well?
Yeah, we included some work in that if
Okay.
necessary. Still a little fuzzy on what Parks and Rec may or may not do for the areas right out front on the south
Right.
where the roses and things are, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll make it all work.
So there's no like trimming of shrubbery or anything like that?
Only if we asked for it and there was a price included in that
Okay.
bid for that,
Okay.
but
All right.
we would have to request it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Very good. There's-
I'll make a motion. Or
Okay.
did you already make a
Yeah.
motion? Okay. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve the contract by Commissioner Bueller and seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Bill. Next item, please.
Item 5 is service, or I'm sorry, administrative communications.
Good morning, Commissioner Lewis, Shawnee County Parks and Rec. I Just wanted to remind everyone, we do have our trout stocking Saturday at noon at the main boat ramp. A little bit of history on this. This program was started in 1979 by our director at that time, Ted Inslee, and ex-county commissioner, Mr. Inslee. And it was one of the first trout programs in the area, and it's been going strong ever since. It is one thing, John hasn't changed, so we got that going. The ex-commissioner Inslee would appreciate that probably. We got 7,000 pounds being stocked. There will be 60 that weigh 4 pounds or over. So you want to come out. If you haven't been out, I encourage you to come out. It's a great time for the kids. They can actually see the trout, touch the trout. We have them nets, and it's a good time for the family. So hope to see you Saturday.
Okay, thank you for the
Yeah.
time.
Randy.
Oh, I'm sorry, noon, and the lake will be closed to fishing from Saturday till the next Saturday at 6 a.m. So
Okay, very
thank
good.
you.
All right, thank you, Randy.
Commissioners Tom Block, Public Works and Solid Waste. A couple weekends ago, there was the Lawn and Garden Show at the Expo Center, and the Solid Waste Department had a booth, an educational booth that we have, and to try to just promote what we do, and also just promote environmental education to people in the county that come to the event. But a couple years ago, we implemented, thought it would be nice to draw more people to our booth, that we would have a drawing for 3 years worth of trash and recycling services. So we could do that this year, and I have a box full of names. And we would like Chair to draw a name for us, so we can't be accused of doing something that we shouldn't be doing. So I'll mix them up, and Commissioner Art would be honest, we'd appreciate it.
Jim Garcia. Yeah, for 230 Southwest 32nd.
Very good. We will be contacting Mr. Garcia and let him know the news.
Thank you, Bob.
Frank Cold, but Project Topeka. I think everybody noticed the nice warm sale this morning of cotton candy going on. The sales are already there. I have mine. I'll probably get more for staff, not myself. I don't need it, but I probably will. Just to remind everybody that that's going on. Tomorrow, Department of Corrections, we have our food day that has fish sandwiches, burritos, chips, things like that. They will sell out. I've already had people calling asking for pre-orders, which I said no to get over there, but we'll probably pursue. But that will sell out. We'll be there from 10 till 2 in the front lobby of the jail. So please stop by and things like that. Also, just want to remind everybody that we're getting everything set up for the auction. We're getting items in, so try to get those items to the commission office by the 24th. So we'll get everything online, photos, put on the internet or interweb for staff, things like that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian. Oh, absolutely. I saw Curtis there. I was going to recognize that he's here this morning to see if he had any comments.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. So Curtis Sneeden, Topeka Chamber of Commerce. I was hoping to take just a minute or two to share with you some of what's going on with our organizations. As you know from your service on the Joint Economic Development Organization, the Go Topeka side of our cluster of organizations has been crazy busy, and thank you for your participation in that and your support there. On the Chamber of Commerce side, I wanted to hear into a couple of initiatives we're particularly proud of. Military Relations Council is a heritage idea that we've reinvigorated, and thank you to Commissioner Cook for joining us at last quarter lunch. I trust you found that to be a productive and inspiring expenditure of your time. Our next one is on May 17th, so I would ask you to keep your eyes open for that. We would love your support at those. We've also been spending a fair amount of time over at the States, as you can imagine, trying to express the voice of Topeka's business in the midst of the rather agonizing budgetary discussions that are going on over there. At the time, encouraging our legislature to preserve the economic incentive programs that the state has and to preserve funding for highways, et cetera. It's tough discussions, but we're confident that they'll come to a resolution that will get us on a good path going forward for Kansas. Finally, a couple of weeks ago, as we all know, one of our largest and oldest employers here, Payless Shoe Source, and some restructuring that involved a number of individuals out there needing to start new chapters in their careers. They are our friends and neighbors, and in my case, since I worked there for 20 years, many of them are my former colleagues and or friends. And I wanted to make sure that you were aware that our organization is putting on a connected event, and that's tonight. We've reached out to all the affected former Payless employees we could, but from 3 to 6 up in Noto at Serendipity, we are staging a networking opportunity for all of those individuals who are affected. I was hoping to call it up on my iPhone here so I'd make sure I got it right. There are a number of local employers who are participating, and the idea is if those affected former Payless associates, especially in the IT area, finance and accounting, will come and bring their resume, dress for success. They'll have an opportunity to meet with individuals from Security Benefit, Bartlett and West, CapFed, Core First, Fudumara, and a number of others, including Shawnee County. So thank you for your support of that. There is a critical account represented by those individuals, and we are very hopeful, confident they'll be able to redeploy their talents and add value elsewhere in our economy. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for making that effort. That's certainly recognized and appreciated, Kurt. Thank you for being here this morning.
Concerning issues at the state, you're an optimistic gentleman. So,
Well, it's either laugh or cry. We're fellow optimists,
We are
so
fellow
you got to choose that option. So, thank you.
Well, friends in the legislature, our job look easy. Think about it. Anyone else for administrative communications?
Good morning, Commissioners. Les Crooks, Kansas Expo Center. So it's finally here. Tomorrow, Equifest arrives. They started moving in on Tuesday, and we've got certainly 3 full days planned over there. So it'll be a great event for Topeka, and it's, I believe, it's the midst largest horse show. So please come out and have some fun and see some good, meet some good people who know about equine events. And then next week, we have the NAIA Wrestling Championships that will be telecast by ESPN. So, thanks.
Thank you.
Fest is a big deal.
It is.
Thank you. Anyone else for administrative communications? Commissioner Stewart?
no, I don't have anything. Thank you.
Commissioner?
Just like to welcome Commissioner Bueller back.
Thanks.
Thank you. Feeling better?
Thank you.
Missed having you on Monday. This week has been really busy. I had the opportunity to sit in with the Stormont Vale Board and listen to their 2020 future plan and what they're doing in our community, and really trying to deliver health care and reinvigorate how we deliver health care in our community. Also, we had the 125th anniversary of Security Benefit yesterday, and so that was a great celebration, very well attended, and nice to see everybody there. And then followed up also yesterday was Doorsteps, Operation Soup Line, that had to serve. Then, of course, followed that up, Commissioner Bueller joined also this morning for the Boy Scout breakfast, and so it's been just a busy week this week, and so and then looking forward to Equifest this weekend. So thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Cook. And yeah, I had the opportunity to serve in the soup line yesterday, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. And I do want to welcome Commissioner Bueller back. 10 years of attendance right down the tube.
I don't think I've ever estimated for being
don't-
sick.
I
I
don't
know
think
that
so
it's
either.
been missed, I've missed. but
I don't think
yeah.
so either. Next item, please.
Item 6, executive session.
There is a need for executive session to discuss non-elected personnel and consult with an attorney. And I'll make a motion to go into executive session for those items, not to exceed 15 minutes.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. That motion carries 3-0. We are in executive session. We are back in session. No action required. We are adjourned.